Here's a question. Why is the Fed's money supply suddenly shrinking? Joining us now to discuss, Jim Bianco, Bianco Research President. James, you were great last night with your patience. I thank you very much. So, you know the argument. Through something called reverse RPs, the Fed is taking cash out of the economy on a daily basis. I've talked to Conrad DeQuatros today. Monday, they took out $921 billion. Yesterday, they took out $909 billion. Last Friday, they took out $1 trillion. It's kind of a stealth tightening. They've got excess money and they're pulling it out. What do you make of it?
It is a stealth tightening, but it's half the equation. You got to look at the other half of the equation. The pandemic last year, the Treasury borrowed a tremendous amount of money thinking that they were going to need it to help support the economy, almost $1.5 trillion. They didn't need that money. They're putting that money back into the banking system, so they're adding reserves, if you will. The fear was interest rates, short-term interest rates, were hovering around zero or negative back in April and May. And so the Fed kind of came in to try and offset this. So on the one hand, the Treasury sticking money into the banking system. On the other hand, the Fed is trying to pull money out of the banking system and trying to offset each other with it. So when taken into context, it's not that they're just pulling money out. They're trying to balance off the system, if you will, with one going in, the other coming out.
I think that's a very amicable explanation, but I think it's all kind of screwed up. I mean, I'm told banks and money market funds are coming to the Fed saying, please, please take our money out. That there's actually, it's not excess reserves anymore. There are no requirements, but you've got $4 trillion in reserves out there. All of it's excessive. And here's another one, Jim Bianco. Senator Phil Gramm, former Senator Phil Gramm, was writing about this reverse RPs taking money out. He says the M2 money supply fell from 25% growth last year to 10% growth in the first half of this year and 4% in the last quarter alone. I got a minute left, but does that concern you at all?
Well, it does concern me because when you start to see this hyper volatility in the growth rate, and you're right, this system where the Treasury sticks money in, the Fed takes money out is highly confusing. It's very complicated, and it's very prone to having mistakes being done. And with that, with the volatility in the money market funds, yeah, you could have a bout of inflation. You could have a financial crisis because you have an undue tightening.
Yeah,
they tell us they got it all figured out. We hope they do.
Yeah, sure.
But there is a big risk that they will make a mistake. They did in September 2019, and repo rates shot through the ceiling.
I don't know
they
why
don't do it again.
They should not be buying all those bonds. They should not be buying mortgage-backed bonds at the very minimum. Jim Bianco, thank you. Appreciate it very much for the warnings. All right, folks.